The topic of today's meditation is how to overcome fear. Before we start the meditation, we will just bow down at the lotus feet of Shri Mataji, raise the Kundalini and put ourselves a bandhan. All do it together. And if possible, when we bow down, just touch the Ajna Chakra on the ground, asking Mother Earth to suck in all the problems, all the blockages from our Ajna Chakra, so that we are able to be in the thoughtless awareness state. We all do it together. And just put our attention on the Sahasrara to see if you feel the vibrations. Our attention can be stationed on the Sahasrara. Since you have already asked Sri Mataji's permission to go into the meditative state, full devotion and oneness with Sri Mataji. We'll say the three Mahamantras. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Triguణatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradaini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha. Navratri is approaching. In every Navratri, we do the puja of Sri Mataji in the form of Durga. We sing bhajans, we say prayers, you might say Shri Devi Kavach, etc., etc., to strengthen our center heart chakra. But before we do this, there are some other aspects, other parameters we have to take into consideration, which are, in my humble way, I feel are very much important. We will try to see some of them today in this meditation, because these things you have to remember before doing all those other things. Other things are to strengthen the heart. So we overcome fear, but not to have fear at all. There are some things which you have to remember. Just now we heard Sri Ganesha's bhajan. Sri Ganesha is the one who does not have any fear. No fear at all. You have to seek his blessings. That the word fear goes away from our being, from our lives. So the first thing which you'll have to remember is the promise which Shri Mataji has given all of us. We can hear the Amrutvani of Shri Mataji's promise, which you have to remember always.
और हर कदम हर जगह आपके साथ हम खड़े, हर जगह, कहीं पर भी आप हो, कहीं पर भी रहो, हर जगह हम आपके साथ हैं, काया मन वाचा पूर्णतया, ये हमारा प्रॉमिस है। मैं एक पल भी आपसे दूर नहीं। जब भी आप मुझे सिर्फ आंख बंद करके याद कर लें, उसी वक्त मैं पूर्ण शक्ति लेकर के शंख चक्र गदा पद्म गरुड़ लई सिधारे, एक क्षण भी विलंब नहीं लगेगा, लेकिन आपको मेरा होना पड़ेगा। ये जरूरी है। अगर आप मेरे हैं तो एक क्षण भी मुझे नहीं लगेगा, मैं आपके पास आ जाऊं। सबको परमात्मा सुखी रखे और सुबुद्धि दे। सन्मति से रहो, सन्मति से रहो।
So we have to remember this Shri Mataji's promise. She has not only promised once, but she has promised several times. And what Shri Mataji also says, that you have to believe into me, you have to believe into me and remember what I'm telling you. Whenever you are having fear, he says you are always protected. So let's hear the Amrutvani, the second one. The Navratri Puja, 1994.
If you are on the right path, you will be always protected. Now remember this, you will be always protected. Remember this and believe in this, that I am always protected. This is something very difficult, because perhaps our mind gives ideas, oh God, what will happen now, what is going to happen, this thing, that. So first and foremost thing, as I said, is to be fearless, to make the goddess express herself.
You can just, while listening even to the talk, put our attention also on our heart chakra to see if we feel the vibrations there. As I said just now, Sri Ganesha's power, he does not have any fear because he knows that his mother is the most important, most powerful deity and who will protect him out and out in all the circumstances. So see, this is the power of innocence which we'll have to inculcate within us. Let's see the small Amrutvani of Shri Mataji of 3 simple mantras which Shri Mataji has given us.
Another thing, a child doesn't have any fear. Child doesn't have any fear. Ganesha has no fear at all. In the same way, you should have no fear at all, no fear. As long as your mother is with you, why should you have any fear? Fear of this, fear of that, I'm frightened, I can't do this, I can't do that. That children never do. They'll try everything if you tell them. You should have no fear. I don't know what fear is. In the same way, you should have no fear. No fear of anything. Nothing is going to go wrong with you. But don't do wrong things. If you do wrong things, it will repel. It will work out on you. But don't do wrong things. Be straightforward. And nothing can harm you. Nothing can harm you. You have had so many experiences of this, how everywhere laid down for you, everybody is looking after you. There are so many deities who are working out things for you. But you have to be extremely careful that you do not develop this fear business. Because fear takes you to the left side, and once you go to the left side, you know the problems of the left side is, first of all, you go against Ganesha. Ganesha is standing at the base of the left. And then you develop cancers, you develop all these things, fear, and emotional problems and all these things come. In emotions, you should be bubbling with joy. Joy is your emotion. In action, you should be thoughtless. And in assent, you should be surrendered. That's all. It's very simple. Three mantras are very simple for children. They are like that.
Why do we always forget that we are always protected? Because we are not surrendered. We are not surrendered because of our ego. Remember the story of Shri Draupadi about her sari. She wanted to say Shri Krishna. She knew that her brother was very powerful. She wanted to call him, and as soon as she said Shna, she had yarns and yarns of sari around her. Sri Krishna came to protect her. The same way we have to be surrendered. Because if we are surrendered, we are under the protection of Adishakti. The negativity cannot touch us. But the negativity knows where are their limits. So just hear the Amrutvani of Sri Mataji, that surrender is the only solution.
As you know very well, that all these satanic forces, which one had to face one at a time, are all back on the stage. And they are to be defeated. The greatest problem of modern times is that these satanic forces have taken a very subtle form, and they enter into your psyche
and into your egos. And you are the saints, you are the bhaktas, you are the devotees of the goddess. It's a very delicate situation. When the confusion is there, when the saints are attacked, the aggressor can be removed, but the saint becomes mixed up or confused with negative forces, it is very difficult to make him see the light. And you have seen this situation very well. And the subtler you grow, the subtler they became. And they start giving you ideas which are so negative, but you cannot see them. So the problem today is very delicate. There are no absolute saints and there are no absolute bad people. Such a mixture, a confusion, that is what this Kali Yuga is. These modern times are. The only way to get rid of them is to surrender. That's the only way. There is no other way out. Because when you surrender, the spirits, the negativity, the satanic forces just disappear because they are not effective. They have no business to be there. They have no interest in a person who is surrendered to God and His will. They cannot surrender. If they surrender, they will also become saints. All the time to think, what are my catches, what are my negativities, is not going to help you. Just surrender all these ideas that are coming to you, and you will find that all absurd ideas will run away. This is the easiest way to get rid of your problems. It's just to surrender. After all these horrible people, or the horrible deities, enemies, who came forward to fight the goddess, are there as long as you nurture them. As soon as you surrender yourself, they find you of no use for themselves. And they go to other half-baked people. The growth will only come when the surrender is complete. One has to know that the powers are tremendous. You cannot conceive it, as it is said by Markandeya. You cannot conceive it. It's beyond your conception. Outwardly, you cannot understand. You just cannot understand. Under such circumstances, the best thing is to surrender yourself. Now in surrendering, what do you surrender? What do you surrender? Is your ego and your super ego. And it is completely cleansed and bathed in the blessing. Because you cannot give anything. You have to receive the blessings. And to receive the blessings, you have to just surrender. It is so simple. The easiest way to solve all your problems is to surrender. Just say, I surrender. For realized souls, this should be their mantra. And you'll be amazed how all your problems will vanish. Because not only that the powers are tremendous, but as you are realized souls, all the divine forces all the divine deities, all the eternal beings, Chiranjivas, all the angels and the Ganas, all of them are looking after. But they know one thing, those who are surrendered and those who are not surrendered. You just surrendered the problem and you will be surprised the answer will come in such a miraculous way. Just surrender. Do not take any responsibility upon yourself. Just surrender. Because how far can you go in the solution? Up to your rationality. Beyond that you are your spirit, and the spirit is connected to the divine. So best is to surrender, and the whole thing will show such light and such beauty and such meaning.
Somebody asked, what is surrendering? Simple definition is, surrendering is not worrying. You are worrying about somebody, that means you are not still surrendered. And this surrendering power, which will give us the fearless state. So let's see here the Amrutvani.
But there is one point on which one should not be very sure that you have absolutely reached the last truth. You have to be careful on this point very much. I have seen people who go very high in Sahaja Yoga, come up very high and suddenly they go down very low. It makes me very sad, extremely sad. The reason is that they have no faith. Faith in themselves and faith in Sahaj. This is the faith which is missing. You have to have faith in yourself and faith in Sahaj. Sahaj means there is the divine power. And this all-pervading divine power is looking after us. It is now felt also. You have felt it. It's not that only my saying is there. You have known that it is so. But even knowing that, it has not become such a faith within you. But this is the faith about Christ has talked. This is the faith with an enlightened mind, not the blind faith. And with the blind, you might make mistakes. While with the enlightened one, if you have faith, you become extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. There cannot be any problems if your faith is enlightened. So now, you see in Sahaja Yoga, many people who are very steady, who are upright, who are very valuable. They are like the people who know they are standing on the rocks. But those who are not yet so steady are the people they think they are still dwindling on some sort of a funny waters of this life. The rocks are there, standing on the rocks. And also that has come out of faith, that nothing can disturb us, that faith, nothing can trouble us. As far as Christ is concerned, naturally, he knew everything, so he was sure about it. He never bothered, he never dwindled, he never doubted. He knew that he is the Son of God, and that was the fact that he knew very well. And he never challenged it, he never doubted it, nothing. It is so. And that's why he was standing on the rocks. While the other people, even Sahajogis, have to become like Christ as far as the faith is concerned. This faith is to be understood. This is an enlightened faith. Like Christ, he went into crucifixion, he went into all kinds of things, just because he knew it was just a drama, and he was doing all this just in a drama, playing, and there's nothing serious. Nothing is going to matter, and that he is going to resurrect himself. He played a drama. To him, it was nothing very serious. He saw people making fun of him, mocking at him. He also, in his heart, knew everything, that these people who are mocking don't know what I am. But at the same time, he was the embodiment of faith. Faith in himself and in this all-pervading power. This now lets you down. But for that, you have to have absolute faith. Supposing I have someone on whom I have faith. Naturally, I will give him all the work. I will trust everything. I'll keep the keys with him or the money with him. Never doubt such a person. In the same way, if you have faith in yourself, faith in such jaga where you are established, you'll be surprised how things will work out, how life will improve, and you will be standing on the rocks, you will feel that way. You'll have no doubts, you'll have no problems, no diseases. So, this is such a state. Only with faith. Now this faith, how do you get? The problem is how to get to this faith. There's no course about it. There's no literature about it. There's no lecture about it. But there is an awakening within you which will ask this, what am I? This awakening, what am I? What have I achieved? See, this will question. What is it that I have achieved? What have I got out of such? All these questions will come to you. But if you have faith, not the blind, but the enlightened, which is established by many miracles in life, many things in life, small things you will find there have been miracles, small things. There have been miracles even in big things, in so many things where you never expected this will happen. So now you know very well settled that you are now very nicely in Sahaja. For example, it starts raining. Half of you would get worried about it, why it's raining. But they will know that there's a very beautiful roof, nothing can happen. Let it rain as much as it likes. And then you'll have faith that it is not going to rain. It's not going to drench us. In the same way, this faith within us has to be absolutely solid. And that makes you extremely strong and makes you responsible for the resurrection of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
And last but not the least, you have to always remember that I am a Sahajogi, being born from the Sahasrara of Adi Shakti, who is the most powerful, Shri Adishakti, who came on the earth, has chosen me as her child. And I have to remember this every time, every single time. All my problems will be taken care of by her. But I should not worry. So let's see here the Amrutvani on I am a Sahajogi.
Love each other, respect yourself. And all the time say one mantra within yourself, I am a Sahajogi. It says everything about your responsibilities, what are your aspirations, what you are. You are a Sahajogi, being reborn by Adi Shakti herself. Any personal problems you have, you should write to me and I'll try to answer. If I do not answer, then think that answer I have managed. If I do not answer, then think that I have managed to answer. But if there's anything to be suggested, I will definitely inform you. Any other problem?
There was a small incident which I would like to narrate. There was a leader in one state. And this is Shri Mataji told me. And he was very, very vulgar, used to use very harsh words, very bad words, and foul language. And Shri Mataji put him out of Sahaja afterwards. Then when she narrated this to me, she told my father, why didn't you tell me this to me before, that he was using so much foul language? And my father had said, I do tell you to you, Shri Mataji. Whenever I was very much perturbed, very much disturbed, I used to write it and put it at your lotus feet. So writing a small letter, not 10 pages, putting at her lotus feet can be one of the solutions for the problems which we could face. Put it on her lotus feet. So with this small preparation, just try to work on little bit on our center heart, as Shri Mataji has taught us in Shri Camps 1988. We'll all do it together.
You hold your breath 3 times and think in your heart that I am the mother of the universe. That's all. This has to be corrected. There's a problem there, that's why. Unless you correct this problem, the attention, not only the attention, but even Kundalini goes there. So you have to correct that thing, which I noticed yesterday. You have a center heart, but you have come to Sahaja Yoga now, few days back, it will get corrected in no time. Right? You have to put your right hand towards the photograph, left hand here. And you have to hold your breath. All of you can do it. Hold your breath. And say Jagdamba, Jagdamba, Jagdamba. Now you are holding the breath. So how can you say? You have to think. Now leave it. Again hold it once more. Put your left hand, right hand towards me. Good. Now leave it. Again hold it. Now leave it. All right? That's fine. May God bless.
This was given on the 19th of June 1988 in Shri camps. Just meditate for a few seconds. Our attention on the center heart. Let's see what we are feeling. Try to see if you feel the lightness, peaceful inside. In this meditative state, we can listen to a bhajan.
शक्ति पर ब्रह्म स्वरूपिणी आदि शक्ति पर ब्रह्म स्वरूपिणी जगत जननी चहु वेद बखानी जगत जननी चहु वेद बखानी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणी ब्रह्मा शिव हरि अर्चन कीनो ब्रह्मा शिव हरि अर्चन कीनो ध्यान धरत सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी ध्यान धरत सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणी अष्टभुजा कर खड्ग विराजे अष्टभुजा कर खड्ग विराजे अष्टभुजा कर खड्ग विराजे सिंह सवार सकल वरदानी सिंह सवार सकल वरदानी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणी शुंभ विदारिणी मात भवानी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणी
We have fear because we think this will go wrong, this will happen, this might happen. We don't think we are above all these problems. So one of the solutions for being fearless is to remain thoughtless. It's a very great instrument, a very great state in which Shri Mataji has put us. We'll all try to be in this thoughtless state. Keep our attention on Ajna Chakra. With full devotion to Lord Jesus Christ. Please awaken your powers. First of all, so that I can forgive everybody, including myself. We can put our hand on the Ajna Chakra and say once the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptations, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Shri Mataji, please give me the blessings of being thoughtless. So, with our hand still on the Ajna Chakra, we'll say once the mantra of Shri Nirvichara. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirvichara Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha. Now we can take down our hand. Try to see the thoughtlessness on your Ajna Chakra. You don't, there is no thought, like a blank screen on the Ajna Chakra. Feel relaxed, feel peaceful. There is no worry, there is no fear. You just exist. Let us try to remain in this thoughtless state for some time before going and meeting Sri Mataji in the Sahasrara. We have to establish this thought. Listen to the silence within us, with the vibrations in our hands. Attention on the Sahasrara. I can bend down the head a little bit in the front. Put the palm of our right hand on the Sahasrara. Massage it a bit, turn it in the clockwise direction. With full humility, we ask Shri Mataji her permission to come in her palace, in her domain. Shri Mataji, with all our limitations, you have accepted us as your child. Please allow us to be in your company, to feel the Nirananda, and to be settled in the state of Nirvikalpa, doubtless awareness. Slightly raise the hand. Try to feel the vibrations coming out of the Sahasrara. Raise the hand more and more. See how far you can go above. Still feel it. Then you can take down the hand. Now starts the second phase of our meditation. The first phase was preparation, vinyasa. The doing part. Listen to the talk, listen to the bhajans, say mantras, affirmations. Second part is being, just being in presence of Shri Mataji. Here you don't do anything, just suck in the vibrations. It's a very, very important state. This is from where Shri Mataji nourishes us. So let's be in this thoughtless state in silent meditation for some time. So before ending this small meditation, put the right hand on the heart, left hand over the right hand, and thank Shri Mataji for allowing us to be in her company. And for this meditation which she has given us. Thank you, Shri Mataji. You can all say the Aarti, the three Mahamantras. And put.
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने लिए अवतार माँ, कितने लिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। तू गंगा यमुना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको माँ, सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ। लौट के ना जाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियारा माँ, कर दिया उजियारा। कलियुग में माया है, कलियुग में माया है। फिर भी पहचाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता माँ, है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर दुख से दूर करना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधुर संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधुर संगीत सुन लो। हो सके जो सेवा, हो सके जो सेवा, हमसे करा लेना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिने माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः।
बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी की जय। जय श्री माता जी। You can just stay in this meditative state for some minutes. all together. We can all bow down to Shri Mataji and raise our Kundalini and put ourselves a bandhan. So, yeah, okay. So, his first experience is where it happened in Bombay, somewhere around 74, 75. We used to have public programs every evening with Sri Mataji. And I used to sit in the front to tape the talks of Sri Mataji. And suddenly she looked at some person who came in, and in Marathi we call it kataksha, means it's a very stern glance towards the person. And I observed that it was like a Sadhu Maharaj with a big beard. He had come. And we had this evening, Sri Mataji used to talk, people used to go on Sri Mataji's feet. And then Sri Mataji used to give realization to everybody individually also. And then it was finished. And we also used to go on the Sri Mataji's feet every day in the evening. And so when Sri Mataji got up to go away, this Sadhu Maharaj, he came, he was silently sitting, he didn't even want his realization or anything. So when he was sitting and Sri Mataji wanted to go, he came from the front side. And he came in front and he was allowed to fall on Sri Mataji's feet like a coconut tree would fall. And Sri Mataji with her, I don't know, with her thumb or Ajna Chakra, stopped his Ajna Chakra for him to stop falling. And then he gave a very big sigh of relief, like, ha, like this, and he went away. And then we asked Sri Mataji, who was he, what happened? So Sri Mataji said, these are the Hatha yogis who are coming here from the Himalayas. we all know that only Shri Mataji, only Adi Shakti can give realization and nobody else. So she said that when these Hatha Yogis, their Kundalini is stopped on Ajna Chakra. It cannot go on Sahasrara, and when it stops there, they feel like 1,000 bees pricking at the same time. And it's very, very painful. And when I put my hand like this Kundalini went up and he got his realization and he was relieved and he went away. So it was a very good incident to show that Shri Mataji is Adi Shakti. And then Shri said that you, Sahajogis, you don't feel that much Ajna Chakra in case you have any problems on this chakra. And because my attention is on you, you are under my umbrella of my protection. She just said that and then she went away. So this is one incident which was very, very powerful. And secondly, also how she can clean our karmas. As a young boy going to the university, normally I was not smoking, but we used to go for a picnic, like a weekend, once a year. Our small group of 4-5 friends. And as in India, it's sort of a special, how do you say, treat to drink and smoke and, So they used to drink, smoke. And I was not drinking, but I used to smoke 2-3 cigarettes in the weekend. So it was basically 2-3 cigarettes in the year I used to smoke. And once I'd been to Goa, I was alone with another friend, of course, not Sahajogi, and it was cold and he was smoking. I said, give me one cigarette, I smoked. And then 1 week later on, there was a puja. It was the 5th of February, 1976. We were having a puja. That puja is on Amruta, Panchami. And after the puja, every time I used to go on Shri Mataji's feet, after all the pujas. So when I went, Shri Mataji suddenly said, Avadhut, did you smoke? And my heart literally stopped because I had smoked just 1 week before. I did not say anything. And then in 79, when we were in Rahul Bhai's place, there was a Havan in the morning. And that time, we did not observe many vibrations of Shri Mataji. So for her to take out the vibrations, she used to ask people to put her hand on the chakras concerned, like the heart, on the Vishuddhi, on the Ajna Chakra and all that from behind. And she said, I want a boy or a man who has never smoked in his life. And I want him to put his hand on my Vishuddhi. And all the foreigners that smoked, even the Indians, they smoke bidis. So they said, Avadhut. They suggested my name. I just pulled my ears and I said, no, I don't want. She caught me once. I don't want to be caught second time. And I said, let others say what they want, but I don't want to go in front, put the hand on Shri Mataji's Vishuddhi. And then I don't know what happened. And we forgot about the incident. And in the evening, there was a public program. It was in Dhulia. And we were standing outside just to sort of a security or to see that nobody comes in from outside, from the unwanted people. And suddenly I started having a very strong cigarette smell, like a tobacco smell. And there was absolutely nobody in this small village. Shri Mataji was inside, she was talking. And I found out that the smell was coming from my fingers. I don't remember it was both Vishuddhi fingers, but at least the right one. And there was a friend of mine, Suryavanshi from Rauri. So I told him, see, you have proof that I did not smoke the whole day, but seal the smell. He said, yes. And then we were staying with Shri Mataji in Rahul Bhai's bungalow. Shri Mataji was staying on the first floor and we were all staying on the ground floor. So I went and washed the hands very nicely with soap. And I got this, when I smelled it again, the smell was exactly the same as if I put my finger for 1 year in tobacco paste. Very, very strong. So I didn't know what to do. And that time we used to go to Shri Mataji to ask her different things. So I went to her room and I said, Shri Mataji, there is cigarette smell coming from my Vishuddhi finger. So she took both my fingers in her hand, Vishuddhi fingers. And after 2-3 minutes, she said, okay, now you smell. The smell had gone completely. So she said that because you have accepted this morning in front of everybody that you have smoked, I am clearing your cigarette smoking incident from your life. I have cleared you completely. Like your karma is now washed away. And if you tell from now onwards that I have not smoked in my life, that will be true. That is true. And later on in the West, for some reason, I had to do some MRI scan of my brain. And once this carotid Doppler, they call it. So 2 different doctors, they said, oh, this first doctor said the brain is so clean. I could see that you have never smoked in your life. Even this carotid fellow, this doctor, he said, we could see that it is very clean. So just to tell you how Shri Mataji clears our karmas, our past karmas. So these are small 2 incidences which really help me very much to go deep in my spiritual ascent. Jai Shri.